For thousands of years, the Native Americans have inhabited the Americas, developing complex and diverse societies that were shaped by their unique environments and cultural traditions. However, the true ancient origins of the Native Americans have long been a subject of debate and speculation. Recent archaeological discoveries and genetic research have challenged many long-held assumptions about the history of the Native Americans, revealing a complex and fascinating story of migration, adaptation, and cultural exchange. Join us as we explore the deep history of the Native Americans and uncover the remarkable legacy of their ancient origins. From the first human migrations to the Americas to the development of sophisticated civilizations, this is the story of the true ancient origins of the Native Americans. The history of the Native Americans is a complex and fascinating story that spans thousands of years. For many years, it was believed that the Native Americans descended from migrants who arrived in North America around 13,000 years ago via a land bridge that connected Asia and Alaska. However, recent research has uncovered evidence that challenges this long-held theory, suggesting that the true ancient origins of the Native Americans are much more diverse and complex than previously thought. According to the traditional theory of the migration of the Native Americans, known as the Clovis First hypothesis, the first humans arrived in North America around 13,000 years ago and were descendants of Asian migrants who crossed a land bridge called Beringia that connected Siberia and Alaska. These early migrants were believed to have then spread throughout the continent, giving rise to the various Native American cultures that existed prior to European colonization. However, this theory has come under scrutiny in recent years, as a growing body of evidence suggests that the story of the Native Americans is much more complex than previously thought. For example, recent genetic studies have shown that the Native Americans have a diverse genetic ancestry that includes not only East Asians, but also other ancient populations such as the people of Australia and the Pacific Islands. One of the key pieces of evidence that challenges the Clovis First hypothesis is the discovery of pre-Clovis archaeological sites, which date back thousands of years before the supposed arrival of the first migrants from Asia. These sites, which have been found throughout North and South America, suggest that there were already ancient populations living in the Americas prior to the arrival of the first migrants from Asia. One of the most significant pre-Clovis sites is the Meadowcroft Rock Shelter in Pennsylvania, which has been dated to at least 16,000 years ago. This site contains evidence of human habitation, including stone tools and animal bones, that predates the supposed arrival of the first migrants from Asia by several thousand years. Other pre-Clovis sites have been found throughout the Americas, including the Cactus Hill site in Virginia, the Pedra Furada site in Brazil, and the Topper site in South Carolina. These sites provide evidence that there were ancient populations living in the Americas long before the arrival of the first migrants from Asia, and suggest that the story of the Native Americans is much more complex and diverse than previously thought. Another piece of evidence that challenges the traditional theory of Native American origins is the discovery of ancient DNA from ancient populations throughout the Americas. This DNA has revealed a complex genetic history that includes multiple waves of migration from different parts of the world, as well as evidence of interbreeding between different populations. For example, recent genetic studies have shown that the Native Americans have genetic markers that are also found in the people of Australia and Melanesia, suggesting that there may have been ancient migrations from these regions to the Americas. Other studies have shown that the Native Americans have genetic markers that are also found in the people of the Arctic, suggesting that there may have been migrations from this region as well. The discovery of pre-Clovis archaeological sites and the analysis of ancient DNA have shed light on the origins of the Native Americans and provided a more nuanced understanding of their history. One theory is that the first humans to arrive in the Americas may have come by boat along the Pacific coast rather than via a land bridge from Asia. This theory is supported by the discovery of a number of ancient sites along the Pacific coast of North and South America, including the Monteverde site in Chile, which has been dated to at least 14,500 years ago. This site contains evidence of human habitation, including wooden tools and animal bones, that predates the supposed arrival of the first migrants from Asia by several thousand years. Another theory is that there may have been multiple waves of migration to the Americas from different parts of the world. For example, some genetic studies have suggested that the Native Americans have genetic markers that are also found in the people of Europe and the Middle East, suggesting that there may have been ancient migrations from these regions as well. The diversity of the Native American populations is also reflected in their languages, which are incredibly varied and distinct from one another. There are over 500 indigenous languages spoken in the Americas, with some linguists estimating that there may have been as many as 1,500 at one time. The Native Americans had a rich and varied culture that was shaped by their unique history and environment. They developed sophisticated agricultural techniques, built impressive architectural structures, and had a deep reverence for the natural world. Unfortunately, the arrival of European colonizers in the 16th and 17th centuries marked the beginning of a long period of exploitation and persecution for the Native Americans. European diseases decimated their populations, and their lands were stolen, and their culture and traditions were suppressed. The forced relocation of Native Americans to reservations and the implementation of policies designed to assimilate them into European culture further eroded their way of life. Efforts to reclaim Native American land, protect natural resources, and promote tribal sovereignty have gained momentum in recent years. Native American tribes have also sought to revitalize their languages and cultural traditions, including the use of traditional healing practices and ceremonies. There's been a growing recognition of the importance of Native American art and literature, which has played an important role in preserving and transmitting their cultural heritage. Native American artists and writers have gained greater recognition in recent years, with many achieving international acclaim for their work. Despite these positive developments, however, Native Americans still face many challenges and struggles, including poverty, unemployment, and a lack of access to quality healthcare and education. They also continue to face discrimination and prejudice, both at the individual and institutional level. As such, it is important for people to continue to learn about the history and culture of the Native Americans, to recognize and respect their contributions to American society, and to work towards greater equity and justice for all people. Only by acknowledging and addressing the injustices of the past and present can we hope to build a better and more inclusive future for everyone. Another important aspect of Native American history is the impact of colonialism on their societies. The arrival of European colonizers brought about a massive shift in the economic, political, and social structures of Native American communities. Many Native American societies were traditionally based on subsistence farming and hunting, with a strong emphasis on communal ownership and shared resources. European colonization disrupted these traditional patterns, as European colonizers sought to exploit the land and resources of the Americas for their own economic gain. This led to the displacement and marginalization of many Native American communities, as their land was taken and their resources were depleted. Native American societies were often forced to adapt to new economic systems, such as the fur trade or wage labor, which fundamentally altered their traditional ways of life. The political structures of Native American societies were also impacted by colonialism, as European colonizers sought to impose their own systems of governance on Native American communities. Many Native American societies were forced to accept treaties that ceded their land to European colonizers or were placed under the control of colonial authorities. This led to the loss of sovereignty and self-determination for many Native American communities, as they were forced to adapt to new political systems that were often incompatible with their traditional values and practices. Despite these challenges, Native American societies have shown remarkable resilience and adaptation over the centuries. They have developed their own unique strategies for resisting colonialism and preserving their cultural heritage, such as the use of traditional knowledge and ecological practices to manage their land and resources. Today, Native American communities continue to face many challenges, including ongoing issues of poverty, unemployment, and environmental degradation. However, they are also working to reclaim their lands and resources, preserve their cultural heritage, and promote greater recognition and respect for their contributions to American society. By learning about the complex history of Native Americans and recognizing the ongoing struggles and challenges they face, we can work towards building a more equitable and just society for all people. Native American art is renowned for its beauty, diversity, and symbolism. From intricate beadwork and quillwork to stunning pottery and textiles, Native American art has been celebrated for centuries for its craftsmanship and aesthetic appeal. Native American art has also been influential in the development of American modernism, with artists such as Georgia O'Keeffe and Jackson Pollock drawing inspiration from Native American motifs and designs.